Wer die Inhaltsangabe zu unserem ersten Film Fucking Bornholm liest und Chris Ostermann kennt, der denkt sich sofort, das ist doch ein Film für ihn. Da geht es um eine Familie, die in den Urlaub fährt nach Skandinavien, um dort zu zelten. Das ist doch ein Film, der muss dich glücklich machen.
Ja, eigentlich schon, aber es geht gar nicht so sehr um Glück, sondern es geht eigentlich eher um, dass man feststellt, wenn man sozusagen die großen Haken im Leben gemacht hat, also Karriere, Kinder, Heirat, Haus, dass man vielleicht als Paar dann doch irgendwo auch gescheitert ist, wenn man nicht gut aufgepasst hat. Und um dieses Scheitern geht es sehr, sehr feinfühlig in Fucking Bornholm.
Das klingt nach einem doch sehr komplizierten Thema, gerade für einen Urlaubsfilm. Da ist es doch gut, dass wir in fucking Braunschweig, oder du zumindest, auf dem Filmfest Braunschweig die Gelegenheit hatten, mit der Regisseurin des Films zu sprechen. Und da hast du sie bei der Gelegenheit natürlich nicht nur zum Film ausgefragt, sondern auch nach Beziehungstipps.
Ja, oder wie man sich gut trennt zumindest.
Da schauen wir doch mal rein.
Jedes Jahr fahren zwei befreundete polnische Paare mit ihren Kindern zu Pfingsten für ein paar Tage nach Bornholm. Doch dieses Jahr kommt der frisch getrennte David ohne Frau, dafür aber mit seiner neuen Freundin und nur ganz ausnahmsweise darf er seinen Sohn mitnehmen. Der Rosenkrieg mit seiner Ex ist noch im vollen Gange. Aber auch bei Maja und Hubert stehen die Dinge nicht zum Besten.
Coś z tobą jest nie tak.
Oj, chyba ktoś tu ma niedobór witaminy D i jest w bardzo złym nastroju. Szybciutko, proszę bardzo.
Die DrehbuchschreiberInnen von Fucking Bornholm haben sich ganz offensichtlich ein paar Dinge aus ihrem Ehe- und Trennungsleben von der Seele geschrieben. Dazu haben sie spannenderweise statt einer Einfamilienhaus-Tristesse, quasi als visuellen Kontrapunkt, das lichtdurchflutete Bornholm für die Ehestreitigkeiten gewählt. Wenn die Weite der Landschaft für die ungelebten Träume der 4 Protagonistinnen steht, so ist der enge Wohnwagen die Beziehungsrealität, in dem man sich gepflegt auf die Nerven geht. Fucking Bornholm ist eine ganz fein beobachtete Midlife-Crisis-Tragikomödie, deren zackige Dialoge in der untertitelten Version manchmal nur schwer zu folgen sind. So schnell fliegen die Vorwürfe hin und her und wechseln die Gefühle von unsicher und unbeholfen zu verletzt und streitsüchtig. Eigentlich wünschen es sich alle richtig schön zusammen. Nur wie sie da wieder hinkommen, dazu ist ihnen im Laufe der Jahre das Rezept verloren gegangen. Den Vieren dabei zuzuschauen, wie sie voneinander weg, aber hoffentlich wieder zueinander finden, ist nicht immer gut auszuhalten, aber offenbart die profunde Kenntnis der DrehbuchschreiberInnen für die Tiefen und Untiefen von Paarbeziehungen. Günstiger als eine Paartherapie ist der Kinobesuch von Fucking Bornholm alle Male. Und er enthält nicht minder weniger paartherapeutisches Know-how.
God, he's big. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, that's Maya. Welcome back.
Thank you.
The Maletskis are here, all together. Yeah. And Novak's other half?
Divorced, niestety. Yes.
Oh, every relationship has an expiry date. Yeah. It's important always to check the package.
Yeah, that's right.
Does your wife know this precious life lesson?
Oh, if you tell her, you will have me on your conscience.
Dass das Drama trotz allem nie zu schwer wird, verhindert neben dem hohen Tempo aber auch eine großartige Kamera, die die inneren Gefühlszustände sehr stimmungsvoll einzufangen weiß. Und Regisseurin Kazejak gelingt es immer wieder mit einem kleinen Augenzwinkern zu inszenieren. Mit dem Film löste sie im konservativen Polen auf jeden Fall viele Diskussionen aus über fehlende Kommunikation in Paarbeziehungen und die Rolle der Mutter. Über all das und mehr habe ich mich mit ihr auf dem Filmfest in Braunschweig sehr angeregt unterhalten können.
Yeah, what a film. Was quite interesting to see, hurt a little bit. But the first thing I want to ask is, we have such beautiful pictures in this film. On the upper side we have such nasty conflicts sometimes. What did you have in mind to have such a beautiful landscape for this partnership problems?
My protagonists are going for vacation. So they are expecting to have a quality time in a beautiful place. And so that was the first thing. The second thing is I wanted them to go to some place which can be isolated.
They can't go away.
Yeah, they can go away. They have
to.
to also confront the different culture, you know, which is a little bit different than the Polish one. And to make this story more international and more universal. So, well, we have, Bornholm is beautiful, but it was shot in Poland because of pandemic. So we couldn't go out abroad. I mean, we could, but still the cost was too big because, you know, we have to stay longer at the island in Bornholm because of the problems with COVID and.
Okay, so
it
wasn't shot on Bornholm. It was on.
Yeah. We built Bornholm in Poland.
Okay, good. Looks like, felt like Bornholm.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but still, you know, this is the same coast. I mean, this is the Baltic Sea, so the nature looks the same. People are different, but we import some foreigners to Poland to play their roles and to be a part of the film. And in the end, I think, you know, the place, it's not such important, you know. I think it's important because it's isolated. They have to spend time only with themselves. I mean, with the families. They don't have any other things to do. They don't have any place to run away. Then they don't have to go to work because, you know how it was when we had the lockdown, you know. Suddenly everybody were afraid that has to stay like the whole days with your wife or with children. You know, that was scary because usually we go to work, we have some things to do, but, you know, it's not so easy to to spend like the whole days with your family in your house.
How do you see the conflict patterns you've set up? What did you want to bring on?
In Poland, the figure of mother is very powerful, and it's a central figure of Polish society. I think there's a lot of expectation, and when you are a mother, you can't do many things. I mean, you have to invest only in children, not in yourself. And there is a lot of obstacles, a lot of expectation, as I said, and it's really hard to combine those two things, like to be a perfect woman, perfect for your husband, to be a perfect mother, and still to keep some space for yourself. And I wanted to kill that model, you know, because we in Poland, we are quite conservative society, and there is no much space for individuals. So now it's changing. I mean, because the next generation, the new generation, is much different than ours. But for my generation, there's still a lot of like traps. So after the Polish premiere of the film, there was a huge discussion about this whole mother, about how the film is killing the model, you know, the conservative model of mother and wife in Polish society. And of course, Maya is not a very liberal, and she just wants to have a small part of life for herself.
And she's demanding the fathers who are doing nothing, and she wants to develop.
Yes, but I think he's not such a bad guy. I mean, he still doesn't understand her position. I mean, he's like few steps back from her, but he's not. I mean, he's a typical guy probably for Polish society.
Yeah.
He still thinks like he's doing everything well. He tries to solve the problem, but he doesn't have many tools to do it. And Maya is searching, and she's also making some mistakes. She's not perfect. She's always upset. She's annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
But still, she's trying to find a new path for herself. She's questioning some situation. She's questioning her relationship with her.
Everybody else is relaxed, and she's the driving character of the whole film. Yeah.
Yeah, but in the end, she's still in the beginning of this journey. She doesn't find a perfect place for herself, the perfect path, but still she's searching.
Yeah, I love the end, by the way. But yeah, you could expect this question because writing something so authentic, I guess you digest some of your own history.
Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, well, yeah. When I started to write the script, I found that there is a moment in my life, of course, it's always very tough, when you find that your relationship is broken and you can't fix it. But it was not only my experience, it was like, I found that so many friends of mine have go through the same problems. Mm-hmm. So I felt like, okay, this is this is also some kind of picture of the generation. So that was also something that people noticed, and when we released the film, that it's a portrait of generation of 40-something people in Poland. We are quite lost. We are different than the youngers, and also a bit different than the older generation, and we don't have how to say it. We don't know how to talk about emotions, about relations, especially men. I think women are more liberal, men are more conservative.
More used to speak about emotions, yeah.
And so of course, this is not my story. It's not It's not a biographical film, but
there's so much in it I couldn't think. But
and the beginning was also connected with my with a friend of mine who told me the story that is the engine for the whole events. I mean, he told me the story about his son who had this kind of incident with his friend, and that was the beginning.
Yeah. We see a lot of conflicts. What do you think could we learn for our relationships? What could we do better to avoid such a trauma holiday?
Well, I think that's something that I discovered, that we don't talk a lot. I mean, when you are in long-term relation, I don't know when, but it happens to probably all of us that we stop talking. We talk. I mean, we do many things. We can be a perfect parents, like me and my husband. I think we were, and we still are a great parents, but we were very bad partners for each other because we didn't talk about anything connecting to us. We talked about things to do, where to go, what to do, who has to earn some money, and who has to clean the dishes or something like that, but not about the most important things. And then you find there is a huge gap in your life, and you are still young enough to change something. And you have two ways to go. I mean, first is to fix it somehow, maybe therapy or something like that can help. And the other side, and on the other hand, is to divorce, or to start a new life, which is of course not easy. I mean, sometimes people think, let's start a new life and new chapter of your life, but That's a very difficult thing, and you have to be very strong to go through the whole emotional problems which are connected with divorce. Divorce is like a small death, you know.
I think your answer is quite interesting. I thought about writing in my as one of the last sentence of my critique that either going to a therapy for couples is watching these films together because there's so much to learn about what we could do better and to speak with each other.
Yeah, I hope it can work like this, you know. Because after screenings, I usually get many messages, and in Poland it was the very first time when I got so many letters, so many messages through social media, and people said that they spend nights talking after the screenings, and some of them made a very difficult decision after the screening. So I felt like, oh God, I mean, it's not my fault. But it was sometimes it was a decision about divorce. Sometimes it was a decision about staying together, you know. And so it depends. But if the film affects, so
it can help. Either the divorce or either a therapy together could be a good solution. But we have to talk.
We have to talk. Yeah, it's easy to say, but you know how difficult it is to do it. But that's the only thing you can do. Just to be open, you know, and just try to connect with the other side.
Thank you very much for the film. It will be starting in Germany, which is quite amazing because I can't remember so much. We see a lot of French comedies. But Polish films are rare, and the first film I would remember of Polish film is Krzysztof Kieślowski, for example, from Big Lexus.
If I'm next after Kieślowski, it's great.
That's it. Different kind.
Yeah, it will be screened in Germany, probably in March. As I heard, and I don't know if it's a comedy, it's a dramedy, but you know, I think it depends. From the perspective, for some of the viewers it can be funny, for some not. But still, I hope it will bring some thoughts and some smile to the audience.
I'm sure about this. I'm happy to discuss this film with friends of mine when it comes into the cinema.
Yeah. Just send me some notes afterwards.
I will do so.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.